Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our general monthly angel reading for February 2023. So before we begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone back to this monthly series. And to also welcome anyone who may be new to this channel and to this particular series. So, welcome you. Um, and just before we get into the reading, just to bring to your attention that to check your all notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, and make sure that you dislike, that kind of thing. Also, most importantly, to leave your comments um, as a way of really participating and adding your own contribution to our community. It's extremely important that whatever strikes you, whatever you gain, or the wisdom that you receive through this reading, that you share your message with everyone, your insights, because that aspect of what you share will complete the reading for someone else, or give them some other points to think about. I often see that some of you just touch on things that I might not even have been aware of. But what I do share is my portion, and your portion is also greatly appreciated, and it creates a sense of community. That's the thing that I think that's most important, is for us to be aware that we're all here for each other, and we can only do that by showing up and saying, "Hi, it's me," on a weekly basis. And I hope that it gives all the souls here some profound comfort, as it is your collective I am presence that is what I'm tuning into. And there's also the information that I'm receiving. And this is facilitated by our angels and God and the universe, most importantly. So, participating helps to really just complete the experience. And just as well, before I begin, just to let you know that if you'd like an angel reading with me, I have a website, theangelschool.com and slash services. There's a link below this video to that, and also my PayPal me um, link. If you just like to support the channel, you can select that option. And if you'd also just like to get a reading, then you can go and select the first time promotional reading offer, which I'm continuing through February. So, if you would like to get a reading, you can choose that option, whether you've had one or not before with me. And I'd just like to go over the format here. The card in the middle will be the archangel that you'll be working with, or an angel that you'll be working with for the month of February, and a message from them. And then the card on the left is from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. And this card will be from the Major Arcana, so it'll help us to see what is the main theme or lesson or um, journey or influence of energy that is working in our lives. And then the card on the to the right of this card is going to be a message from your guardian angel as well, but from the Minor Arcana, and that'll highlight how this awareness is affecting us in our day-to-day awareness, or how it might be directly, we might be working with it. Okay, so let's take a deep breath together. And I've been seeing some information which is a little unusual, but we'll see what I remember. But let's take a deep breath together now. just breathe into your heart space. And an ascended master is coming through. It's the first time it's just sort of coming to me, and it's Lord Cthulhu. Okay. And Lord Cthulhu is a spiritual teacher, and he also um, is coming through at this time to help us to really step onto our ascension path. So he's showing me sort of the fool's hat. And so it's giving me a sense of a new adventure, new opportunities. Um, and that the sense is like you need to have extraordinary faith and belief in yourself, in your abilities. And I'm seeing sort of like a pen, a fountain pen, or it could be a paintbrush, but it's very pointy at the end. And so there is either something in terms of creative expression, or there's some ideas that you need to journal or somehow um, articulate something. There's something that you might be trying to articulate, whether it's through some other kind of artistic expression, such as drawing, or it also felt very, for some reason, like a graphic design energy that comes from that symbolism for me. So whatever it is for you, that for you to not, he's saying that you're having some difficulty trying to get something out, trying to really, if I don't know if it's processing it or trying to understand it, or and it feels like you're thinking about too many things, like you're thinking through a filter of what you know, and what you usually do, like what are your defaults. And this is something just is incredibly new. It's outside the reach of your ego's limitations, that it's already established for you. um, and so you might be struggling because you may not feel that you don't may not believe that this is a possibility for you, or that you have the abilities or capabilities to really step in that direction. So there's a need for you to, I'm getting a sense of dreams, paying attention to your dreams, that somehow um, that you've been receiving um, information or imagery in your dreams. And maybe this place in your dreams is unfamiliar to you. And some of the events taking place might be somewhat unfamiliar to you. And you maybe focus on it in a literal way and dismissing it because it doesn't make any sense, but it might apply in terms of a general theme. And if you've been feeling challenged by your dreams in some way, focus on the theme that is being brought out, as if you were going to a movie, and you understood the message behind the movie. The scene or the plot didn't matter as much as the message that spoke to you in a particular way. If it made you um, all of a sudden trust yourself or have confidence in something that you're trying to do, that's what you want to pay attention. But it's really important to write them down. And I usually been doing this recently, and find that there's a summary points that I sort of extract from the randomness of a dream, right? And those summary points end up becoming some clear focus for me, for the next day, or for um, for the period of time that where this revelation is like, okay, this is something really important I need to incorporate. So just be aware of that as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the archangel that we'll be working with for this month. It's Mother Mary. And it's beautiful because it says, open your heart with compassion, enfold others in love. And this is the Archangel Mary, and it's that Mother Mary energy as well. And I don't know why I just saw sandalwood, but you might want to work with this aroma and as a way, and see how it interacts with you in terms of your energy. But you just want to work with this fragrance or aroma. If you can find um, a natural oil of sandalwood, or I don't know if I've ever seen an actual piece of sandalwood, but I've only dealt with the oil. But those of you can research and figure that out for yourself. But the thing that's really important is about keeping your heart open. And one of the things that I've been doing is, and I may have done it on one of the videos recently, just to open your heart. You can rub the heart chakra area. I often incorporate just a little bit of Reiki while I'm doing that to help it to open. And this is what the word perpetual. The idea is that we want to continue be aware of when our hearts are not open, when you don't feel that energy flowing. You want it to be something that you start to practice and to keep it perpetual. And when I can feel it, like my heart chakra opening up and the energy flowing around me from my head to my foot, and it's from side and all the way around, right? Just flowing. And for some reason, it just feels like, wow, what have I been doing? It's like I haven't been breathing. But by not having my heart open, the chi or your prana is not flowing. It's just sort of like, it's like we're holding it. And then we've experienced all this stagnation in our manifestations or in our daily life, right? It creates this feeling of wanting and waiting. And so if you can just consciously, breathe and then focus on your heart chakra, rather, and then just focus on it as if the doors are open, and all you feel or sense or can imagine is this flow of energy out through the heart, and it opens and expands around you, and from head to toe, so from side to side, and just feel the difference in yourself when, no matter what pressures are happening to you, or if you're feeling a little anxious, the difference that it makes when you are feeling your energy flowing freely, despite the illusion that your ego is projecting, which would make you want to clam up and guard or shut down this energy center. But if you'll notice that I feel all the centers flowing when I do this little exercise. And it's really important because, you know, February is sort of everybody's mind, the month of love. It's also a month of healing as well. It's also interesting that we have Black History Month at the same time, and there's definitely um, those two energies of this, you know, love and healing really go well with that energy for Black History Month to be within that healing heart energy. Um, and so, likewise, if in this month, if you've had relationships um, that have been painful, whether it's, a partner or a family member or some other loved one or a friend, you know, and we, at this time of the month, we, kind of clam up a little bit anyway, especially if you're single. And this is the time in the worst of our times of our lives, it is really important to focus on an exercise like this of keeping the energy flowing. Now, they just wrote the word agreement. And so we all might be feeling right now um, that, well, I just saw the word possible. So what's coming to me is that we might be feeling that anything is possible. We feel this optimism, but at the same time, we've been feeling like this intensity. Maybe a little bit of pushback, or like we're dragging our feet, or that there's something that's just distracting us in some way. So it's really important to remember that you might be resisting a lot of what is opening up to you. And the agreement part means, yeah, but we all agreed that that no matter what at this time, that we're all going to really be on our ascension process, that we're going to all heal, release, and heal the earth, um, you know, unconditionally love one another, and all that stuff that, there might be people you don't want to forgive. There might be situations that just really you're afraid of and you don't want to face them. And the thing about it is focusing on this exercise, keeping your heart open, helps you to remember the agreement. It helps you to find more courage. It helps you to find more courage to forgive, to confront something, to deal with matters, all right, to deal with our stuff, right? So it's really going to be important that as you open your heart up, that you surround everyone else in that love. So when you're doing this exercise, that anyone that comes to your mind, put them in there, someone that you need to forgive, or put a situation in there that you need to find courage. And one of the most important things that I got from my own personal practice and journaling in this month was to see beyond the person and what they've done, see them whole, as for example, or see yourself happy and free, because the purpose of forgiveness is for you. You might not be able to say it to them, but you're doing it for yourself. And you need to see the rewards beyond the things that block us, or that frighten us, or that cause us to fail to muster up that courage that we need. If there's a financial issue, see the solution, see yourself beyond that problem once you face that financial issue. Because it might be that you need to confront yourself and your spending, or the lack of managing your money. You avoid seeing, looking at the books, um, instead of sitting down with it and saying, I got to make these changes, or I need to do this in order to be prepared for that. But then go beyond it. Once you've made the choice that will provide the answer or the solution, see yourself feeling satisfied and hopeful and optimistic about the future and your finances. Is if it's, that all you keep seeing is a painful relationship, um, where where you were rejected, you feel humiliated or embarrassed, or um, a relationship ended, and you feel like you failed, and you can't open up your heart, and you can't, you know you can't trust ever again because you're stuck on the result of your how you felt victimized in the situation. Well, open up your heart, let it flow. Go beyond that pain, go beyond that suffering. See what it would be like to be free of carrying the weight of your shame or whatever it is, guilt or your anger, and really open yourself up to seeing you whole and your heart whole once again. And that what it feels like for you when you freed yourself up from this to now be able to fill your heart whole with trust in yourself, trust in your ability to love, knowing that you're deserving of that, and seeing yourself in a relationship where you are truly able to be yourself, that you're being authentic and being loved for that, no matter how difficult it is for you to imagine, because you had so many people put you down for being who you are. And you can work with Archangel Mary, Mother Mary's energy in this way to have compassion. When you see beyond, that's opening up your heart to that compassion because you're seeing the wisdom in forgiveness, the wisdom in healing. All right, let's take a look at the energy that we're working with in this month. You know, earlier, one of the things I saw was a crown. And so there is, the emperor sort of gives us this sort of stability, confidence in ourselves. And so you're going to find that the way to having confidence, and the word I've been working with starts with a C, courage. Facing fears, facing the things that, um, because like I know myself, I will feel inadequate, and deal with imposter syndrome a lot. So, you define the courage because it's easy for something to tell me, no, you can't do that, like, or you're not qualified for that, or everybody else is better than you at that, right? And so this process of keeping my heart open, that keeps the healing, the source, the God, angelic wisdom and protection flowing around. And that keeps you, when all that energy is flowing around you, your prana, your chi is moving. Now, there's not much that the ego, it's almost like this energy can deflect that normal sort of stagnating lower frequencies, lower thoughts. So it's almost like it's constantly moving like this. When you keep your energy flowing and then that negative stuff is coming, well, it just can't really get through. I mean, would you try to put your hands through that? Right? If it was fan, it was a fan. No, you wouldn't do that. And so likewise that as well. And then now that this energy is flowing continuously, perpetually, right? And with this, not just getting stuck on the problem or the circumstance and moving beyond it helps you to find the courage because now it inspires you. You desire it. You want this. You know you deserve it and you want it more. Whereas when you just focus on the problem, you shut down, you stop that energy. There's no replenishment, nothing to rejuvenate your or to uplift you, right? And and now you're stuck with your fear. You're stuck because nothing's moving. And you can't perceive because nothing's open. Your third eye, your crown chakra, all the chakras that are taking in vibrational, um, divine guidance for you. And so moving beyond, this will help you to develop confidence and faith in a reality that you want to own. It'll give you, restore to you sort of your own autonomy, because that negative thinking strips you of belief in yourself. And when you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe that anything is possible for you. And so now you're at the mercy of your fears. So, in order for us, and this is really calling us to be light worker leaders, leaders, the leadership of being a light worker, standing in your power, all your gifts coming back to you from lifetimes, helping you to stand in your power and the mastery of the past as well in those lifetimes. Okay, so let's take a look of how they're asking you to work with this in your day-to-day awareness. So the Queen of Earth, and the word here for me really is this practical and capability and graciousness too, because you know, one, you you want to, and it seems like it's the earth in terms of finances. So she's more confident in herself here. She's got this in the bag. That feeling like I got this in the bag. You have the resources that you need. And even though your ego focuses so much on what you don't have. But my grandmother was a Taurus, and she would always say, take what you got and make what you want. And so this moving away from I don't have enough, I wish I could do this because it's not possible. But if you focus on what you do have, take that and make what you want from it. If you only have if your resources are really small in your mind, then start to pare down things to be within your means, finding confidence with being within your means, and then being aware of all the gifts that you have and the ways that you can use them to increase your means, so that your talents are far bigger than your bank account, but you're not working them in because of that holding back and that mindset that comes with that holding back, and not seeing beyond what you feel is the limit of your resources, and then using your gifts and your talents and your skills to expand that for you. This brings you, once you start to really use them rather than worrying or crying or pitying what you think you lack, only because your ego's got you focused so narrowly, not seeing the bigger picture of all of your resources. So your financial portfolio is not your only financial, the only part of your financial portfolio. Your assets, in terms of your gifts, your talents, and abilities, they are also a part of your portfolio. It's kind of like some celebrities, um, um, total net worth is also based on their influence, not just what they got in a bank account, right? So if you keep allowing your ego to dummy you down and to underestimate and undermine, then yeah, you're going to have a limited experience. And one of the things that's really important is to place your attention and to pull and support, use your resources to support something that you're really passionate about. Let's say, for instance, our monies go to all these little nickel and dime things right now, these so-called subscriptions, um, TV things that are just so not necessary. They're not. You think they are, and they make you think they are, but they're not. But let's say you really want to travel somewhere really important because it just would mean so much to you, not because it's frivolous. You know, um, Giving ourselves things is not a luxury. Luxuries are a part of our value, and they add worth to our soul. But if your priority is that you are really passionate about traveling, or if you're really passionate about studying crystals, or if you're really passionate about painting or taking lessons, music lessons, or something of this nature, or studying something, then you have to rearrange your resources so that you take care of the basic necessities, but that this is also a priority. And once you do that, your resources will seem less limited to you because you're happy. And that area of a priority for you helps you to flourish. That luxury, you want to call it? You can call it that, but it gives you some kind of foundation. It adds meaning to your life. It's your anchor, it's your center. And it's a link to positive awareness. It's a link to uplifting you, keeping you from, you know, struggling in, let's say, depression or or any other type of, low vibrational type experiences. Another aspect of this too is, taking care of your physical body, making that your main priority in terms of what you eat. I'm not going to use the word diet because we're not talking about trying to lose weight here. But what I'm talking about is feeding your body the stuff that makes it feel good, that helps you to stay above those levels of depression or whatever, might be a little bit above that, right? Just feeling kind of blue, or feeling like, um, you're kind of stuck or trapped in a life circumstance. Exercise, because these things that care for the body, when helps the body, your body is sort of the computer processor of all this divine wonderment, if you will, that where we get inspired and we it gets our motors running, and we the way we are, it changes our outlook, and and shifts us into all these amazing experiences or possibilities that call us forward. And we need those. We need to be, but we have to have this physical alignment in order to have that spiritual um, equilibrium with what your soul's plans are and its purpose. You need that. So there's so many layers here that you want to you know, keep in mind. And it's about loving yourself on so many levels, giving yourself permission to do the things that nurture you, that love, that make you feel loved, that make you fall in love with life itself, and to fall in love with the right people, and to trust the right people, and to trust yourself more importantly, because trust has nothing to do with others. Trust is a relationship that is started within yourself. In the writing the word respect. When you respect yourself, you will find that you will attract more people who are trusting. So the angels just wrote the word gold, and I don't know if it's a comment to what I just said, as in a golden rule to keep in mind, but also I'm just gonna just have us take a moment, and they just wrote the word optimistic, and we're gonna call on the guardians, your guardian angels and the guardians of light, to touch you now with the golden ray, this Christ frequency, which is 10th dimensional, and to pour it through your chakras, starting with your stellar gateway, down through your soul star chakra, your causal chakra, and then your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your navel chakra, your sacral chakra. And just place your hands, and you want to just activate them by rubbing them together so that you can activate the healing in your hands, and place them wherever you feel, but one definitely on your heart and in the sacral chakra, to just emotional healing here, because this is where our appetite and our sexual and creativity sort of are held here, these energies. You know, it's very important that we do not, when we practice lack, we often have this mindset that what I desire, I don't deserve, or I can't afford that, to take that, give myself that pleasure. And there's a reason why our sexuality and creativity and appetite for life reside here in this sacral chakra together. And so we have to make sure that we don't place limits on any of these. We have to really be open to our heart's desires, and to know that we deserve them, and to explore them, and to appreciate them, and never take them for granted. And then just allowing that golden energy to flow down through your base chakra, and now your earth star chakra beneath your feet, and all the way down into hollow earth. And the energy that comes back up through hollow earth, up through those chakras, all the way up to your crown chakra, and up and through your stellar gateway chakra, and all the way back up to source. And just breathe now, and rub those two chakras. And breathe and just relax, and just feel the energy now flowing out through your heart, all around you, in the awareness of the space around you, nature outside if you're inside, connecting in with the atmosphere, the earth, the grass, the soil beneath the grass, the roots flowing beneath the plants and the trees into the earth, the beautiful colors, and the animals and insects, the beautiful blue sky and the clouds and the sun and the stars. And just let your energy flow out, up, and reach out and flow into and through and back to you all of these beautiful wonders of our universe and our planet. And make a commitment in your heart to always be open to all of these gifts so that you, the most important gift, is always giving access to all of this so that it can receive and experience your magnificence and bring back to you levels of abundance and protection that you could never imagine before. Namaste. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful, beautiful month of February. God bless you.